And score! You know what? You'll never know where we're at. We're at the Great Falls International Airport, and I'm playing Ken Hildebrand right now. They're at their banquet rooms. They've got it ready for a party tonight, and we're going to sit down with Ken. We're going to learn a little bit more about Oakwells and what all they offer here at the Great Falls International Airport. Well, again, we're with our Friday Fun Chat with the Chamber member, and I'm with Ken Hildebrand today. And I really need to talk to my producer because they keep booking these tall guys for my shows, and I need to find someone I can maybe see a little more eye to eye with. So, Ken, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
As well. So, just tell me a little bit. We're at the Great Falls International Airport. We just played a game of foosball. I see we got air hockey up here. And the Christmas tree in the fireplace. Man, it just looks festive for Christmas and the holidays. So just tell me your role here and what you do.
I am the general manager, so I run the food, beverage, retail operations within the airport, and then also the event center upstairs.
So Ken Hildebrand, obviously your name is Norwegian, so I assume you're a Viking. So when did you actually come over here to Great Falls?
Well, I was raised in South Texas. San Antonio is home. We were stationed here for a couple years when I was a kid, back in the early 70s, and I can assure you that snow is a lot more fun when you're 6. I've been back here now for 4 years. My job that I had at the time transferred me in. It's home.
Good.
It felt like it was just home. It's familiar. It's just a good place to be.
Well, excellent. And again, it's under the umbrella of what's called Oakwells, but there's so many other name brands that you have associated with it. What are some of those names that people in the community might know, well, what's Oakwells? And to me, honestly, it almost sounds like an assisted living home. But then when you talk about what Oakwells is and what you guys do up here, right. So what are your name brands up here?
Well, we are, in Great Falls, we are only known as the Rockies Kitchen Bar. We have different names for each of our locations spread out all over the country. And this is what we do. We run food, beverage, retail operations in airports, railway stations, things like that.
So Ken, you also, Oakwells manages a pretty broad portfolio across airports across the country. So maybe tell us a little bit about that. So when we have people that are traveling, maybe your relatives coming from somewhere else and they're in Chicago or someplace, hey, you need to go here because it's run by Oakwells and they'll do a great job.
Yeah. Well, we have locations in Rhode Island, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin. We're in Destin, Florida, Lafayette, Louisiana. We are also taking over properties in South Texas and McAllen, and then Laughlin, Nevada coming up in January. So we do have a large portfolio, and every airport is completely different. I mean, everything is different. We try to do things as much as we can the same from location to location, but obviously we have to work within the operations of each individual facility. But it's a rapidly growing company, and it's a great company to be a part of.
Good, excellent. And of course, their coffee of choice that they serve here is going to be well known among Minnesotians, Minnesotiites, however we say that. But what coffee do you serve here?
We serve Caribou.
Caribou coffee.
We're proud to serve Caribou. It's a great product.
Absolutely. That's where TreeStar Director of Operations is from, and I've lived in Minnesota for a number of years running Cabela stores. So Caribou coffee is excellent coffee. So if you're looking for a good coffee, good breakfast, good time or good place to go to lunch, dinner, they cater as well too, this is a place to come to.
Absolutely.
I just took my staff out for our Christmas meal, our Christmas lunch, and the food was just excellent. And I know John, when Oakwells first came, said you got to try their burgers. They're really good. And I had to have it again today because they are so good.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. So, and again, not only do you, under Oakwells, you have the Rockies Kitchen and Bar, you also have the Great Falls Event and Convention Center, but this is a phenomenal place to have quarterly luncheons like we've had in the past. The views are spectacular, but probably what's the most favorite thing when people come up here?
I think it's just a relaxed atmosphere. I mean, yes, we've got the observation deck out here in the panorama room, but it's just a very relaxed, it can be as relaxed as you want it to be. We can make it as formal as you want it to be. So we can do whatever you would like to fit your occasion, to fit your tastes, fit your whatever you want it to be, we'll make it happen.
You know, and that's just awesome. And customer service is just part of what they offer. In fact, the Great Falls International Airport staff and their board members are going to be eating here tonight. They got the tables properly spaced. They got a jump house for the kids. They got the games. They got a craft table set up. And then again, obviously, the beverage bar as well, too.
Right.
And they just do so much, and so they're willing to accommodate whatever needs you might have for your party or your event or your conference or your convention. John Faulkner, the airport director, and his team, they go the extra mile to make sure they accommodate what you need as well too. So is there anything else you'd like to share with our chamber members?
I think the biggest thing for us is that we are just trying to make people aware of the fact that we're here. One of the most fun things that we do each month is our Italian night. We do it on a Thursday night each month, and that's had marvelous reviews, and people have really enjoyed themselves when they come out here. So we'll normally pick, 4 or 5 Italian entrees, offer those. We have bottomless wine. We feature Montana beers, Montana distilled spirits. So I mean, it's just a fun evening. But the biggest thing is, hey, we're here. We are here, and it's a great place to come for lunch, and we'll validate for your parking. So,
boy, that's just great to hear, because I'm going to have you validate my ticket as well too. But you know what's really neat is if you go to the Great Falls Takedown Takeout page, and you'll see actually great comments and reviews on their Italian night. And when's your next one? When's your next one?
Next one is going to be January 21st. So get a fresh start to 21 on the 21st.
Absolutely. 2021, January 21st. Come on in for their Italian night at, again, the Rockies Kitchen and Bar. And also just take a look around. You've done some awesome renovations over the past few years. New carpet, new lighting, new paint. It just looks phenomenal. So great job to you and Oakwells. We're just glad you're part of the Great Falls community.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Thanks, Ken. And I've called him Ted. I've called him Brad. You can call him whatever, but he's willing to help you out.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us on our Friday Fun. Chow at the Chamber Member. Well, we're going to continue with the Friday Fun, Chow at the Chamber Member, and I'm excited right now because our producer made an emergency phone call, found some a little bit more of my height. So John Faulkner, great to see you. Thanks for joining me as well today. So again, John sits in our chamber board. So John and I have a lot of great conversations, and it was interesting to hear about the transition that you did from the former business that provided the food and the catering and everything here to Oakwells. And just tell me a little bit about that transition and how well that's gone.
Yeah, it's been now almost 2 years since we made that transition, and I really I think it's been a fantastic move for the airport. We had this air host here for a number of years, 30 years, and it was just time for a refresh, really, from the facilities to the menu. It was just time to reset everything and start over. And so Oakwells came in, and they've made this fantastic investment in our facilities, both down on the air side when you fly in and out, and then also up here in the meeting rooms. And the new menu is fantastic. I can personally tell you that all the menu items are good. I've had them all; they're delicious, as you can tell. But it's been a great transition. They're a great partner to work with. Unfortunately, they got hit with COVID right after they finished the remodel up here. But as we emerge from that, we're really excited to be working with a great partner.
They truly are. Again, we did our quarterly luncheon here in November of 2018, so several months before the COVID hit, and they were just so accommodating. I think it was really great for the number of folks that joined us for that quarterly lunch, just to see the changes and the transformation and just what all this happened, and really the investment that Oakwells has made up here at the Great Falls Airport to, again, bring great service, great food, great accommodations to the Great Falls communities. So it's just fantastic, and the partnership we have with the Great Falls International Airport and what they do for the Great Falls community is just tremendous. So John, thank you for what you do. You're just you've been around the world, you've consulted around the world, you've worked with a number of airports, SeaTac, Seattle-Tacoma Airport, Colorado Springs, and you just bring a wealth of knowledge. And is there any final thing you'd like to share with our chamber members?
No, I just remind everybody, we are your hometown airport, and we've done a lot to upgrade the facilities over the last couple of years. We're doing a lot to try and bring down the ticket prices. And as we emerge from this, and as folks feel comfortable traveling again, we just really ask you to support local jobs by flying out of the airport. We hear all the time you may save a couple bucks by going down to Bozeman, but you can get a week of parking here at our facility for what you pay for 2 days down in Bozeman. So when you consider the gas, the parking, and everything in your trip, you're getting a good value here in Great Falls. And we just ask folks to consider that when they're considering travel.
Absolutely. You got to take a look at the entire package, your time, your gas, the parking down there. It makes sense to do it all here in Great Falls. So John, one final question before I leave. Can you validate my ticket?
No. Absolutely, we need to take care of.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us at the Friday Fun Chat with the Chamber member. Again, I want to thank Ken Hildebrand for being with Oakwells and the general manager here, and of course John Faulkner for the 2 decades now that you've been here at the Great Falls Airport. I think 2008 or 9 you came in, and again, just a great partnership with the Great Falls community. So thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas.